your melons are huge and it's getting too heavy for the vine that it's on, and you need to learn how to protect it, how to support it, and you don't want it falling off the vine and all of your hard work going in vain. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss Yancy and this is my garden. I hope you guys are doing good. Welcome back, welcome back. If you saw the last video, you saw we did a bunch of transplanting and just getting things done around the garden and getting rid of all of our extras. But today we are actually going to be focusing on our cantaloupe bed. The cantaloupes have grown and it's just out of control, and honestly the trellis that I have for it is too small. It needs more space. But if you're like me and you overgrew too many cantaloupes or just too many melons in one area, I am about to show you guys how I support my melons once they start getting super heavy. And y'all know them cantaloupes are so juicy, right? So we need to learn how to support our melons. I'm about to show you guys a simple and easy way on how I support my melons once they start to get big. Because the thing about cantaloupes is they'll stay on the vine and their tendrils will attach to the trellis, but it's still going to need some support because we are growing it vertically. And so gravity is pulling it down, and in order to help keep the cantaloupe on the vine so that it can continue to sweeten and get larger, you have to support it just like you would do your girls, okay? All the melons need support. It needs a little bit of help so it can stay perky and beautiful. But no, seriously, you guys are gonna come with me today as we support the melons and just try to straighten up the melons bed. I'm looking at it right now and it looks like a disaster. There's a lot of cantaloupe vines that's just growing all over the place. It's falling out of the bed, it's attaching to the flowers in the bed and just causing like a bunch of chaos. So I'm about to show you guys how to support your melons. We're gonna straighten up our cantaloupe bed and see what else we can get done in the garden. But mainly today, our focus is on the melons. So if you want to learn a simple and easy way on how to support your melons if you're growing them vertically, which I think is the best way to grow your melons, you're in the right place. All right, so come along, let's get this started while we have some daylight. The sun is going down, so we're going to try to do this before the sun fully goes down. Okay, come along, y'all. One look and I breathe. Alrighty, y'all, do y'all see this thing right here? Do y'all see this bed right here? Can y'all believe a tree fell on this a couple of weeks ago? Like, you wouldn't even think like a tree fell in this garden. First and foremost, take a look at the garden. Just a quick little glimpse. This is where the tree fell. I mean, there's still some repercussion from the tree falling because there are still things I should be harvesting right now, like my tomatoes and peppers. I have a ton of them already on there, but they're not ripe yet. But that's because they were stunted because the tree fell on them. So a lot of them got broken, but they grew back gratefully. But y'all, look at this cantaloupe though. This is crazy. How crazy is this? Let me get back so y'all can see this. Look at this bed, y'all. Do y'all remember when we planted these cantaloupes? Like, it was not too long ago. We planted these cantaloupes, attached it to our trellis that we created. And y'all, this is the Vego Garden raised bed. Remember, we put some flowers, herbs, and some things around it, and then we planted the cantaloupes in the middle. Y'all, this thing, like, it's like it grows overnight. And that's the thing, when you are growing cantaloupe, you really have to pay attention to it because it grows pretty quickly. It grows faster than watermelons. You know, watermelons take their time, but they still come. But cantaloupes, it does not take that long. Once it starts to fruit, like, it gets going, if you're watering it and it's getting all of the things that they need, it grows pretty quickly. Like, one melon can become a full size melon within 1 week. So you really want to pay attention to your cantaloupes because they will fall if you don't support them. They will fall off the vine, especially if you're growing it vertically. Now, if you're growing it on the ground, it shouldn't matter because it already has a resting space, but you're also risking animals taking a bite out of it and having a good old time with other pests and things like that. And the main benefit of growing your cantaloupes vertically like the way I'm growing mine is the fact that they look really happy. Number one, it gets a lot of air in between the leaves, because that's one of the biggest issues with growing your melons on the ground, because you know they're covered up and the wind needs to get to it. And another benefit of growing it vertically is that you avoid animals, as much animals as possible, because the animals trying to climb on this thing is just, you know, giving them extra work that they don't really want to do. They will do it though. If they really want it, they will. But it tends to stop them a little bit from wanting to explore on the trellis. So I highly suggest that you guys grow your cantaloupe on the trellis if you do not already. The plants just look extremely healthy. They look so happy. The bees and all the pollinators, they are able to get to the flowers flawlessly. And so it's like they're just endless benefits of growing your melons vertically. And on this channel we focus, you know, we talk about growing vertically mainly because that's all I do here. If I can grow everything vertically, I would. I grow my tomatoes vertically. But anyway, yes y'all, it has grown so much. These cantaloupes look so beautiful. Easily there's more than 10 cantaloupes that I've seen on here that's at a good size, and they need to be supported. As you can see, the vines have started to fall off, so what I need to do is put this back up there so the tendrils, which are these, can get attached to the trellis, and then this should be fine once they attach to the trellis. So you see they're like falling all over the place. They're falling out down here. If I leave these down here, cantaloupes are going to grow on here. As a matter of fact, let's see if we see any female flowers. I don't see any female flowers down here. They're all male flowers, but I bet you some female flowers will come up there. But like, look at these right here, as you can see this, and then look right here. Look at this right here. That's a cantaloupe right there. Y'all, look at this. It's a cantaloupe right here, and it's a pretty good size. Look at all these cantaloupes that's growing right here. Oh my gosh, there's just so many cantaloupes on this thing, and that's not even halfway. Oh my gosh, look at this right here. It's a cantaloupe right there that definitely needs support. Otherwise, it is going to fall, because it is definitely going to get bigger in size within the next couple of days for sure. Look, there's one right here. Oh my gosh, there's so many cantaloupes here. Let's see, where else? And that's the thing about cantaloupes, they tend to hide under their big old leaves. So if you don't pay attention, you will not notice that you have a ton of cantaloupes under this thing that you need to support. It is so crazy. Let's see. I know there's like so many. Oh my gosh, look at this one right here. Look at this. Actually, there are two. This one right here. This one right here, and then this one right here. Oh my gosh. And then this is falling to the ground. There's just so many vines that's like falling. Like this one right here, it needs to get attached to the vines. Look, there's another cantaloupe that's growing right here that's gonna need some support. And I promise you, these things grow so fast. I think I showed you guys some pictures of these small cantaloupes, I think a week ago, and look how big they're getting already. Look at this one right here. I don't even know how many. I haven't been counting them, but I know for a fact it's like over 10 cantaloupes that's growing in this thing. That's like baby cantaloupes and mature size. Like, look at those two. There's one right here. There's one right here. There's one growing right here. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I have to go all the way up there for those cantaloupes. I know I am going to definitely need like a ladder or my little chair I have right here. And then y'all, look at this one. Look at this one. This is probably the biggest one. This one right here is the biggest one, and then there's another one coming right there. Oh my gosh, my husband is gonna be so happy to see all of these cantaloupes, because this is his plant. He loves cantaloupe, so this is his favorite. I'm just super excited that he gets to have what he wants from the garden. And then look at this right here, y'all. Look at this right there. There's one right there. There's one coming right here, right there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so the plan is to try to put these all the way up there, try to get it up there so that they can cling to the trellis up there so they can stop falling. And then support like the bigger melons. Today what we will be using to support the melons are pantyhose. If you've been following me for a while, I have videos showing you exactly how to support your melons, and that's including watermelons and cantaloupe. But today I'm gonna do it again because that was from last year. Just in case some of you guys want to be refreshed on it, I'll show you guys what I use. I use pantyhose, like I just said. So if you have like a used pantyhose, or you could go purchase some pantyhose from the dollar store that you don't mind cutting up. And if you're using used pantyhose, just make sure you wash it. Even if you get it from the dollar store, wash it, because it's been made in factories, you know what I'm saying? So, and this is going on your food, so just make sure you're washing the pantyhose before you use it. So, you know, like a pantyhose like this. Who really wear pantyhose these days, right? So if you have some old pantyhose laying around, just grab it. You're not using it anyway, might as well put it to some good use. Okay, so go ahead and grab you like some pantyhose like this, and then we are going to cut it. This one pantyhose is going to make multiple slings. So what we're doing is creating like a sling, like a hammock for the melon to sit in, and then we're going to tie it to the trellis underneath the melon, so as it gets heavier it has something to sit on. Because like I told you guys, the purpose of supporting the melons is because once they start to get bigger, they get heavy, and if you're growing it vertically, they need support, especially when they get ripe. So when the cantaloupe get ripe, they fall off the vine. The top of the cantaloupe, it gets loose, that's attached, like the vine that's attached to the cantaloupe, it gets loose and it falls off because it's ripe. So if you're not around to be able to magically catch it, you need something to hold on to it until you come and check on it. Okay, so you just get a regular pantyhose like this, and then we're gonna cut it. Okay, then we're gonna cut this in half. So you see here, we're just gonna cut it in half. Nothing special. This is so simple and easy and cheap. Or you can go and purchase those like watermelon or melon slings, and they're super pricey. Well, you could just go to the dollar store and make multiples yourself. Okay, alrighty. Now it's cut in half like that, and then I will show you guys how we're going to support it. And then, you know, this is all you need. It stretches very well. When you have all four sides, you need it to be able to tie it to the sling. And you know, depending on your comfortability, you can make this bigger. But what I love about pantyhose is that it stretches, but it's also strong. So you want to make sure you're getting something that's still kind of strong and doesn't like cut easily, because these melons get a little heavy. Now when it comes to watermelons, when it's time for me to support my watermelons, I'll show you guys how I support them. If you want to find out how to do it, I will drop the video in the description up here, because I did it last year and showed you guys what I use. But today we're doing cantaloupe. So if you're wondering about watermelons, how to support them when you're growing it vertically, watch that video that's in the description of this video. Okay, so but yeah, that's all you need, y'all. So now that we have our hammock, I am actually, once I'm done trying to put the vines and the things like that back onto this trellis, then we're gonna make more of the slings and then support the bigger watermelons that we see. Like while they're little, you don't have to worry about them. It's only when they get to that size that I just showed you guys, like the biggest one I just showed y'all, you want to definitely support it, because it is gonna grow like that. Alrighty, let's come and attach these up here. The sun is going down, so we're going to make this move really quickly because we actually have to water the garden. The garden is so dry, man. It rained for like a good week where it was like, oh my gosh, are you going to stop raining? And I didn't have to worry about watering, right? But the rain was kind of too much, and I thought some of my plants was going to go bad or get rotten, but they were all fine, surprisingly. Actually not all, but you know, for the most part they were all good. And now this whole week it's like 100 degrees or 90s. Like it's a lot. It's really hot. So the best time to water your garden is early in the morning or in the evening, so the plants can be able to soak it up and get all of the hydration that they need, versus watering during the daytime when the sun is at its peak and all you're doing is probably burning the leaves of your plant because the sun is extra hot, and now you're wetting your plant leaves and then the sun is frying them. So let's hurry up and do this so I can go and water the plants. I thought I was going to be able to do other things, but because the sun is going down so fast, I think I'm just going to try to support these, put these back onto the trellis, and then try to support the melons. So let's go ahead and do that so we can get out of here so I can water the babies. Okay.
Come to my place of employment, you and that little girl, and try to jump me. Come behind the counter and put hands on me. I shot you.
What happened? Well, you just go up there and you want.
Y'all, what in the world is this? Is this a ladybug? Because it's been munching on my leaves. It can be a ladybug, right? Because ladybugs are red and black dots. What is this? Let's see if we can get it in the sun. Y'all, what's this? This thing been munching on my leaves. On my cantaloupe leaves. And I've been seeing like little bite marks on the cantaloupe leaves. I wonder if this is what's been eating it. That is so crazy. Oh yeah, it's definitely not a ladybug because ladybugs fly. And that did not fly. I should have killed it. That's probably one of them nasty things that be eating or killing, you know, some of these leaves and stuff. All right, y'all, let me show y'all something, okay? Because the thing about cantaloupes is they're going to try to hook onto whatever they can, and they will support each other. Like, you see how tangled up this is right here. This is so tangled up. You see the tendrils, they're connecting. These are two separate vines and they have connected to each other. That's why it's so important to try to, if you're growing vertically, you want to be the one to make sure that they are growing properly and they're going up the way that you want. Once they go up and they start, you know, hanging on top of the trellis, then you can let them do whatever they want. Until then, you have to come and make sure that they're not like tangled up like this, because they could be suffocating each other. And you just want to make sure that you're giving them all of the things they need to grow properly, because they need air. That's the whole purpose of growing vertically, is so that air can be able to get to it. So with it being all tangled up all under here, it's going to kill some of the plants, and it is not giving it the air that it needs to grow properly. So just wanted to show y'all what we're doing right now. So right now I'm just detangling all of this and trying to connect it to the trellis. Then once we're done, you will be able to see the melons so much better. You'll see the melons so clearly, and you don't have to like struggle to look for it. And now that I'm looking here, I see a melon right there that I didn't even show you guys. How crazy is that? I'm just now seeing that big old melon. But all right, y'all, let's continue so we can support our y'all, we are done with this side. Now we have to go do the other side. But y'all, look at how clear this looks already. Already you could tell, you could be able to see the melons. I could see my melons so clearly. Oh my gosh, this thing was so messy. Look right here, I see two cantaloupes right here. There's one right here that definitely needs to be supported. Look at this one that's just now coming in. And then there's another one right there. Like, I'm able to see the melons so clearly, y'all. Look at this one right here. This one right here. Let's see. This big old one right here. Oh my gosh. It is so easy to get to. One right here. Yep. So much easy to get to. But all right, y'all, we are about to do this side, and then we're going to start supporting the melons. But as you can see, there's so many of these just hanging, and we don't want any type of disaster. But oh my gosh, look at these two right here. Look at these two. 1, 2. OMG. Look at these. Look at these. All right, y'all, let's finish so that we can do what we need to do. As you can see, the sun is really going down now. Oh my gosh, I wanted to harvest with y'all today, but I might have to do that tomorrow because we need to get out of here. Come along.
God, you're so godly. Why are you just not worried about focusing on living your life and being
Alrighty, y'all, we are all done. This took a little bit of time, but guess what? We are saving our babies. All that hard work we put into planting this, we're not letting it go to waste, okay? We are saving our babies. We could clearly see all of the cantaloupes. I mean, I would say majority of the cantaloupes, or probably all of them. I could see all the little ones that's coming that I need to watch out for. I am so happy that I have the opportunity to do this. And if you have the opportunity to do this, you should try to separate them. This really, if you guys are wondering like, oh, you know, I've seen some comments about how, you know, some people said their cantaloupes aren't growing, or they grow to like a certain size, like a tennis ball and things like that. These are some of the things that go into making sure that you get the big juicy cantaloupes that you want. Like, you have to make sure it is getting adequate airflow. You have to make sure that the pollinators are able to reach, you know, each flower and things like that. And this right here, I know tomorrow when I come out here, and I'm probably gonna do a video so you guys can see the bees and all of the pollinators that's gonna be like swarming around this thing because of how easy it is for them to get to the flowers. And this plant is about to get much happier. Watch in the next week what this is gonna look like. We're gonna be having some big juicy cantaloupes that's gonna be hanging on this thing, okay? But we are all done. If you guys want to know how I grew my cantaloupes vertically, or how I started the whole process, I'm gonna link all the videos in the description of this video, so make sure you go ahead and watch that, from when we started the seeds to the seedling, to transplanting, to building the trellis, you know, all of the things. I have a video for all of that if you're interested in your cantaloupe looking this beautiful, okay? But all right, y'all, so the sun is actually, it's like 8:30 now, so the sun is like dun. So let's hurry up and try to support as much as we can. Luckily, I don't see like a ton of like, you know, really big ones, but you know, that needs to be supported right now. So I think it's probably like 2 or 3 that really need a support right now, but probably in the next 2 days I'll be coming back out here again to come and support them again because they grow that fast. All right, so come along, let's get started. Alrighty, y'all, so we have our handy dandy sling, and we're gonna tie one of the ends onto the trellis. First, I'm gonna take these gloves off because I need my hands, so these mosquitoes about to have a time with my hands, that's for sure. So I just tied it once on the fence. I'm gonna tie it again because you want to make sure that it is nice and sturdy for when the melons get bigger, they're able to support it. So now that we've done that, then we're gonna put it under the melon and then tie it to the other side. All right, so let's get closer. You see that I have tied one end of the sling over there, and then I have tied another end over there, and here's the melon. Now let's do the third tie that is going to make it a sling. So I'm going to tie the third one over here. You want to make sure that this is very loose so that the melon can have room to grow once it gets bigger. And there you go. Our melon has a bra. Our melon has a bra, y'all. So I did this sling this way. Normally I will tie this one to the trellis as well, but this particular pantyhose is kind of small, so I think I need to buy like a larger size pantyhose. So I'm just going to leave it open like that. It already have like a cuff under here. The melon is nice and comfortable. It is sitting pretty. It's not going nowhere. So even if it gets larger, it has some room for it to grow into, and it's still in like a cuff. So there you go. We're all done. That's how you create like the sling and support for your trellis, for your cantaloupes, so that they too can be supported when their melons get bigger. Okay, and look at this right here. I see two right here. I see one right there and one right here. That's going to be needing to be supported a very short amount of time. Look at this right here, y'all. But there you have it, y'all. This is the melon support. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Yo, in like 2 to 3 days, this is probably going to be ready, or it's going to be at the size that it needs to be at, and then it's going to start to sweeten. How exciting. That's how you support your melons, y'all. That's how you create a sling. If you want more, details as far as how to create it, one of the advice that I would give is make sure when you buy, if you're buying pantyhose, make sure you buy like an extra large. Get the large sizes so it can give the cantaloupes more room to grow, because it's gonna grow. And sometimes when the sling is too small, sometimes it hinders the growth of the watermelon from getting as big as it normally would get. So if you want to make sure your melon is getting as big as it needs to get, make sure you get the large size. And I'm actually going to go to the dollar store and purchase like an extra large stocking to do the rest of them throughout the year. But since I already have this one, I'm going to use this one. When it's done, I'm going to go purchase some super extra large pantyhose from the dollar store. All right, let's go through the rest so I can water my garden before it gets dark. All right, come along, y'all. Y'all, you guys saw how we did it, right? You saw how we supported the melons, how we cleaned up this trellis. It is looking really, really good. We're all done. The sun is completely gone down, and I need to hurry up and water this garden, so I'm about to let y'all go. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope y'all learned something today and learned why it is really cool to grow your melons upwards, and how to support your melons in a very cheap and less, not costly way. So this is something that you could totally use from in your home. Just make sure you wash the stockings so they're clean, because they're touching your food, okay? But we're all done. Thank you guys so much for being on here with me today. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, please go ahead and like the video. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe, okay? Thank you so much for being here with me. We had so much fun, and if y'all did not watch the last video, go ahead and watch that last video so y'all can see all the extra stuff that I transplanted. I created another cantaloupe bed, and you guys saw how I did that. I transplanted more cantaloupes. It was like extra cantaloupes that I had, and honestly y'all, I am officially done with transplanting. Everything else is now going into the compost bin. Okay, alrighty y'all, we're all done, and if y'all missed the last few videos, they're all going to be in the description of this video. Okay, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I am going to give you guys a grand tour of this garden before the end of the month, because I want y'all to see all of the things that's happening in the month of July. So I'll probably give y'all that video at the end of the month of like a grand garden tour, or grand garden July tour, whatever the case may be. And if y'all like my cantaloupe bed, go ahead and get yours from Vego Garden. This is my Vego Garden 9-in-1 raised bed that could be configured in 9 different shapes and sizes, or 9 different sizes. Yeah, so if you guys like it, or you want anything else for your garden, go ahead and click the link in the description for my Vego link and use code MYN10 to get an additional 10% off, so that you too can have the baddie of the garden, because this right here is the baddie of the garden. All right y'all, thank you guys so much for being here. I had so much fun with y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Okay, alrighty, and remember, you're exactly where you're meant to be in this moment. Happy gardening. Ooh, the garden is given, the garden is beautiful. We're grateful to God for all of the things he has done. I cannot wait to harvest. All right, bye y'all. Remember y'all, if you're looking for organic heirloom seeds, go ahead in the description of this video and grab your pack of seeds in my Etsy store and get your garden popping. Bye y'all. Happy gardening. Your luxurious body butter is packed with all natural skin loving ingredients such as cocoa butter, coconut oil, shea butter, vitamin E oil, and baobab oil. Whipped to perfection, it is lightly made to be easily absorbed into the skin without clogging your pores. This body butter is free of parabens, sulfates, and synthetic fragrances. Your new bestie.